We do have the mist coming out in automatic mode. Whether you're coming down with some sort of sickness, have allergies, or maybe you're just like me and don't like breathing in dry air all day, a humidifier is a great option to add moisture to your air. Now when it comes to humidifiers, a cool mist humidifier is my preference, and generally if you get a regular humidifier, they're not very smart. You have to walk up to it, turn it on, turn it off, adjust how much mist you want, all that stuff manually. But it's the future and nobody wants to do that. So right here today I have the Airversa Humelle AH1, which is a smart humidifier that's not only smart, but it's powered by AI and also works with Apple Home over Thread. Now cliff notes, if you don't know what Thread is, you're missing out because Thread's the best thing to happen in smart home automation since smart home automation became a thing. Basically, without getting too much into it, Thread allows you to have a smart home network in your home where all your devices talk to each other and they're able to be controlled whether you have internet or whether you don't. You don't need to rely on the cloud to control your devices, and it just makes things so much easier. Because think about it, if your internet goes down, you want to control your lights or your humidifier, you can't do it unless you have Thread. And this does. Now all that amazingness to the side, this is a cool mist humidifier at heart, and it has an ultra large capacity of 5.5 liters and can produce up to 350 milliliters of mist every hour, which is intense. Not only that, but it also does have an essential oil tray, so you can add some drops of your favorite essential oil so it mixes with the water and puts that in the air as well. Very cool to have. Now something else I really appreciate is it actually has 2 openings at the top. So it has dual 360 degrees output of mist, so you're covering more area in less time. It can actually cover a room up to 500 square feet. That's big. Now that all sounds great, but it also does have LED lighting to add to the ambiance of your humidifier. It's gonna be a nice night light if you wanna use it for that. And it even has humidity and temperature sensors with an app to go with it. Obviously, because it's smart. Inside the box, I have a user manual, the power brick and cable, as well as the ultrasonic cool mist humidifier. Wow, looks fantastic. Now taking a look at this, what I instantly noticed is we have a nice smoky black design when it comes to the water tank. It looks very cool. Up here on the top, as you can see, 360 degree rotation here for this little stream, as well as this other stream on this side that you can also rotate. So you can choose exactly how you want the mist to come out. And this piece is also completely removable for easy cleaning. Remember, this does hold 5.5 liters of water, very large capacity. Down here on the bottom, you can see the little spout here where the water is going to be draining into the device itself in order to emit the steam. And also right here on the bottom, you can actually twist this open so you can easily fill this up with water, the full 5.5 liters. Then you simply twist it back into place. Now also inside we do have a brush to assist you with cleaning, as well as 2 little pads here for essential oil. Now right here we can actually twist and remove this little piece, and we have a removable water level sensor, so it'll be able to alert you when the water level is running low so you know to refill it. You're only going to remove this for cleaning purposes, and you're going to definitely want to leave this installed. Now if we take a look right here, we actually do have a pad pre-installed for essential oils. Just put a couple drops here and it'll mix in with the water and allow you to breathe in that essential oil. Now over here on the back of the base we do have our power port to plug in our power adapter, along with the QR code to connect it to Apple Home over Thread. Over here on the front, we do have a few buttons here, including an LED light button for those LED lights that are on the bottom, along with the mist level adjuster so you can adjust how much mist you want to be shooting out. Also in the middle, we do have 3 LED lights. Now down here on the bottom, we do have 4 rubberized feet to keep it nice and in place on a desk. And it's very, very strong. And also down here, it's hard to see, but this ring right here is where the LED lights are gonna be emitting from, so you can have a nice ambient glow. So now without further ado, let's get this loaded up with water. And just a little note here, if you're gonna be loading this up with water, it is recommended to use distilled water so no minerals will build up in the device. So as you can see, I got this filled up with water and no leaks whatsoever because it's made very well and it's not gonna leak out. And as you can see on the bottom, the water doesn't leak out because right here, this little button has to be pressed in by the unit at the bottom, so that way the water can be filled up into the base and then it can make it into mist and shoot it out into the air. Technology. So now let's get this loaded on top, just like so. And now the water's starting to drain inside, as you can see from the bubbles. Yep, it's getting ready to get to work. All right, got it connected to power. We heard a beep, which means we have power. So as you can see, this is a very large capacity when it comes to water, and right here we can actually turn it on. First things first, we do have our LED light button, so with a single tap, it turns on the light, and as you can see, we have a nice white glow, but there's also a bunch of different settings as well. Simply tap through it. We have different options here, nice green moving around. Ooh, I really like this one. Pink and blue slowly moving around, fading into each other. Okay, nice little pulsing blue, ever so slightly, a little wavy. Nice spinning colors here. Looks like it's gonna cycle through all the different colors. Okay, that's actually really cool. I like it if you wanna get all the different colors going on in your room. Just slowly fades through the color wheel and spins in a circle. Right here looks like it's gonna be breathing different colors. Okay, very nice. Nice subtle glows. Here we go, it's spinning. Oh yeah, it's changing colors and spinning counterclockwise. Oh, nice. Once again, all the different colors fading through the color wheel. Now this one looks like it does a little burst of it spinning in a circle and then disappearing. Okay, every few seconds it does it with a different color. Or is it the same color? That one's yellow. That one's like blue. That one's like blue. Okay, so something. Press it again. We have red and blue here spinning. And now we're back to white. And if you want to turn it off because you don't want the light, just simply long press it. And the lights completely turn off. Very simple to use. So next up, as you can see in the middle, we do have 3 LED lights. The middle one is on, and that means we have power right now. So if we want to have the mist actually come out and power this on, we're going to tap the mist button one time. And as you can see, all 3 lights are on, which means we have auto mist nebulizing mode turned on. So it's in automatic mode and it'll nebulize it as needed. Once these 2 lights on the side start flashing, it means that the misting is going to pause. But once they're all lit up, it means that it's going to be emitting mist. Now, if we press the button one more time, as you can see, the 2 left ones light up, and that means that it's on low mist mode. If we tap it again, the 2 right ones light up, and that means we're in high mist mode. And of course, one more tap goes back to automatic mode. So now, as you can see, we do have the mist coming out in automatic mode, but remember, that's all manual stuff we were doing. But we have a smart app, so we're gonna download the Sleek Point app in our app store and open it up. We're gonna tap on Add a Device at the bottom left. We're gonna choose Airversa Humelle AH1. And now we're going to put it into pairing mode, so we're going to simultaneously press both buttons at the same time for about 5 seconds until we hear 2 beeps. That's 2 beeps. Next, we're going to confirm. We're going to scan the setup code on the back of the humidifier. We're going to add it to home, and now we wait. Next, we're going to choose our location. As you can see, we have all these different rooms, and we can also make our own room for our home. I'll just leave it at bedroom. We can make our custom name. Airversa Smart Humidifier is fine by me. And then as you can see, there's different names for the different features of this humidifier. We have the humidifier, we have the light, the humidity sensor, and the temperature sensor, and we can actually customize each name. So since this is just a humidifier, not a dehumidifier, we're going to just erase that. And everything else looks fine by me. We're going to tap continue. And now it's added to our home just like that. Took a couple minutes. So now once we have everything paired up, we are on our home screen, and as you can see, it says the air is currently dry, and we have 31% humidity and 77 degrees as far as the temperature goes. And right next to dry, we have a little toggle here with a simple tap. It'll actually power on the humidifier, and you can also tap it again to turn it off right from the home screen. But of course, you can actually tap in to go inside for even more options. Right here, smack dab right at the top, 32% current humidity, so it is pretty low. I like to have mine between 40 and 50% to feel more comfortable. So we'll just leave this on so we can bring it up to that level. As you can see, it says we are currently dry and at 77 degrees temperature-wise. Then next up, we actually have our different options. So first things first, we have auto mode, where we can adjust our target humidity all the way up to 100% and all the way down to 0 to 5%. So by default, it's at 50%, which is exactly where I would want it. And you can also set the extensions between 5 and 10%. So it can be between those levels. I'll just leave it at 5% so it stays between 45 and 55%. And because it's in auto mode, it'll automatically turn off once it reaches the levels that you have set. And then of course we have manual mode. So with manual mode, you can adjust exactly how much mist you want between 0 and 10 as far as the mist level goes. So it'll always be at this level and never turn off based on the current humidity in the room. And then of course we have sleep mode, which you would turn on when it's time to sleep to keep the noise levels down. You can choose whisper, quiet, or default mode depending on how loud you want it. As you can probably tell, it did get significantly quieter in sleep mode once we're in whisper mode. Then all the way down here at the bottom, we also have a sleep timer function, so you can have it set to turn off after a certain amount of time, all the way up to 24 hours. We also have a lock at the bottom, so when you enable it, it'll make it so you can't adjust the settings on the unit itself. It'll completely lock out the controls. Now, of course, all the way down at the bottom, smack dab in the middle, we do have a power button to easily turn the unit on and off. Over to the left side, we do have schedule, so you can schedule it to turn on certain days at certain times and repeat every week if you want to, so that way it's completely automated. As you can see, we have all the different options, including the light, the humidification, and the time and day. Next up, we actually do have charts, so you can check the humidity and temperature levels throughout the day, throughout the week, and throughout the month, so you can see how it goes up and down depending on what was happening. Now, all the way on the right side, we do have a settings button, so if we tap on that, we have all of our different settings. We can see our firmware is up to date. You can adjust the name, timer, temperature can be adjusted between Celsius and Fahrenheit, water level, child lock, feedback sound, so if you don't like that beep, you can turn it off, and that way it's not going to beep every time something happens. I like to have that off. We have our home app scene. We can sync the time zone and also have a reminder to clean every so often, up to 3 days, which they recommend. Down at the bottom, we do have Sense Boost. So when Sense Boost is activated, the fan will set to low noise level even when Humelle is powered off, further increasing the accuracy of the built-in temperature and humidity sensor readings. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Then down here at the bottom, you can shop for additional accessories and see device info and remove the accessory from your app. Now back on the home screen, we also finally do have the light function. So if we tap on this, we can adjust the different scenes and the lights. And as you can see, we have a bunch of different options here, and you can customize them to your liking. So you can simply turn it on at the top, and you can also adjust the brightness with this slider all the way down to 0, all the way up to 100, and anywhere in between. Very nice, depending on how bright you want the light. You can add a custom scene, and we also do have favorites here. We have constant white, we have RT humidity, and as you can see, you can even have the mist sync with the light. That's actually pretty cool. We have our wheel, the jellyfish, we can see the swatches, so you can see what colors are available. And this is very customizable. We have ambience lights like fading, gradient. We can pulsate the fantasy light. We have fantasy lights like rainbow. Oh, that looks nice. As a matter of fact, this is what it looks like in the dark. Extremely bright, vibrant. But now seeing this light in the dark, it is actually insanely bright, so we can actually bring it down to a more comfortable level, about 10%. And that's definitely a lot more comfortable, a nice ambient glow. So as you can see, it's very easy to control the different functions of the humidifier, whether on the device itself or in the app. And as you can see right now, the current humidity level has risen up to 41% since we started going through the app, and it is now letting us know that the humidity in the room is comfortable, and we're at 76.1 degrees. Very impressive. So all in all, the Airversa Humelle Smart Humidifier is very good. Has a huge capacity, works over Thread, which is a very good feature to have. Good function that's easy to use on the device itself if you want to. I love having these ambient lights that are fully customizable and the different options for how much mist you want, and you can even include aromatherapy pads with your favorite essential oil. Very simple to use, very simple to set up. It looks great, and it's keeping my room nice and comfortable.